If you're hunting for a top-of-the-line chef's knife, you've probably come across the Dalstrong Gladiator 8-inch chef's knife touted as a butcher's dream. But here's what surprised me. The myth that this blade cuts through anything like butter isn't the full story. Most reviews rave about the craftsmanship, yet some crucial flaws lurk beneath that razor-sharp edge. Today I'm peeling back the layers on Dalstrong's Gladiator to figure out if it's truly worth your $99 or just another pretty face with a sharp blade. Stick around because I'll break down everything, including the quirks that make this knife either a kitchen game changer or a frustrating investment. Let's start with who this knife is really made for. If you're a meat lover, barbecue aficionado, or prep heavyweight protein in your kitchen daily, the Gladiator promises to be your go-to tool. It's described as a hybrid between a chef's knife and a cleaver, designed to do it all, from slicing tenderloin to hacking through sinew. But does it live up to that? I'll share why this blade is not for everyone and highlight who might want to steer clear. First impressions matter, and with the Dalstrong Gladiator, you get a bold statement in design. The 8-inch blade is made from high-carbon German steel and boasts a hand-polished edge sharpened to an aggressive 16 to 18 degrees per side. That means it's supposedly sharper than regular kitchen knives and built for durability. The knife's full-tang construction and triple-riveted G10 Garolite handle promise a comfortable, secure grip, even during heavy chopping tasks. Fancy words aside, imagine holding a knife that feels like a scalpel but weighs enough to crack through a thick bone. That's the Gladiator experience. However, here's the twist. While it's marketed as a specialized butchering knife perfect for poultry, beef, pork, and even wild game, it might actually be overkill for your average home cook. That extra weight, while lending heft for chopping, can tire out your wrist if you're not used to heavier knives. Plus, the blade's curvature and cleaver-like heft could make precision tasks like fine dicing or slicing vegetables feel awkward. If you're thinking of using it as an all-around chef's knife, you might want to reconsider or pair it with a lighter all-purpose blade. But before you write it off as just a muscular brute in the kitchen, the Gladiator does shine bright in certain areas. It's engineered with a Rockwell hardness rating of 56+, placing it in the ideal range for a balance of sharpness and flexibility. That means it holds an edge longer than cheaper knives but won't snap under pressure, a rare combo. Also, the satin finish and stain-resistant treatment keep the blade looking pristine even after aggressive use, which is a big plus if you're dealing with acidic foods or never let your knife dry fully before storing it. Those who have used it swear by its ability to seamlessly slice through flesh and skin with minimal resistance thanks to the tapered edge. Okay, but here's where it gets interesting. The knife's design tries to be a jack of all trades but ends up feeling like a master of none. High-carbon steel is fantastic for sharpness, but requires diligent upkeep to prevent rust and corrosion. You need to dry it promptly and avoid dishwasher use, which might be a deal-breaker for busy kitchens seeking low-maintenance tools. Furthermore, while the G10 handle is praised for comfort and durability, some users report it can become slippery when wet or greasy, an ironic drawback in a knife aimed at heavy-duty meat prep. So, while it looks intimidating enough to be the kitchen warrior you want, it demands respect and maintenance. Here's a good question. Does this knife outperform classic brands at the same price? When stacked against other mid-range chef knives, the Gladiator scores high on style and heft, but scores mixed marks on versatility and ease of handling. Many professional chefs would prefer a lighter, more nimble blade for everyday tasks, reserving heavier cleavers for specific butchery. If you mostly cook veggies, prep salads, or bake, the Gladiator might feel like using a sledgehammer to crack a walnut. Let's talk sharpness and cutting performance. Right out of the box, the Dalstrong Gladiator is reportedly razor sharp. No kidding. It effortlessly slices through tomatoes without crushing them, which is a rare feat for a cleaver-style knife. The 16 to 18 degree edge is a thoughtful balance between sharpness and durability. But beware, the edge patrol isn't foolproof. If you're rough on your knives or store them loosely in a drawer, the blade may chip or dull faster than expected. So, investing in a quality sharpening stone or professional sharpening service becomes part of the package if you want to maintain that factory edge. Now, a funny little kitchen joke for you. Why did the tomato turn red? Because it saw the gladiator knife coming and got scared. Okay, bad joke, but it highlights how important a knife's sharpness is for clean cuts, and this one definitely delivers on that front. The knife is not just functional. It's certified by the National Sanitation Foundation, NSF, which means it meets rigorous standards for hygiene and safety. This certification is crucial if you run a busy kitchen and care about food safety. The satin-polished blade and triple-riveted handle are easy to clean thoroughly, reducing bacteria buildup. So if germophobia runs in your kitchen, this might nudge the Gladiator ahead of other contenders. But heavy knives with high carbon steel blades usually come with their own care and feeding manual. Dalstrong recommends hand washing only, drying immediately, and storing properly to avoid rust. That's nothing new but something to consider if you're after convenience with zero fuss. This isn't your carefree dishwasher-friendly blade. Think of it more like a vintage car. It runs beautifully but needs some TLC. Is this knife a great value? At $99, the Gladiator sits in the premium range but isn't out of reach for serious home cooks and enthusiasts. Its 4.7-star rating on Amazon reflects high customer satisfaction, with many owners praising its sharpness, balance, and aesthetics. Comments often highlight how it feels like a professional tool without the six-figure price tag. But some buyers mention the weight and maintenance as minor beefs, so it's not exactly a honeymoon relationship for everyone. Before we wrap up, here's another kitchen chuckle. Why don't chefs trust their knives while grilling? Because they're afraid of the cleaver effect. Jokes aside, if your cooking style leans towards barbecuing and heavy meat prep, the Gladiator really does embody that powerhouse vibe. So what's the final verdict on the Dalstrong Gladiator 8-inch chef's knife? It's an impressive fusion of durability, sharpness, and design crafted for a specific audience. Heavy meat handlers, barbecue lovers, or pro-level kitchen warriors who appreciate a bold blade with the finesse to slice cleanly through tough proteins. However, it's not the perfect all-around knife for everyone, especially casual cooks or those who prefer lightweight and versatile blades. It demands care, steady hands, and respect for its weight and maintenance needs. If you love a knife that blends cleaver power with chef's precision and don't mind the upkeep, this could be your dream tool. But if you want a fuss-free, lightweight everyday knife, there are better options out there. At the end of the day, the Dalstrong Gladiator is a niche champion, and if that niches you, don't hesitate to make this razor-sharp investment. Ready to slice like a gladiator yourself? Check out the best deals on Amazon with the link in the description below. Grab yours today and transform your kitchen prep with a knife that's as serious about meat as you are. Remember, a great blade doesn't just cut food, it cuts your cooking time and elevates your culinary game. Now, if only it came with a built-in joke book.